Professor David Lowe is a man of many parts. He is the inaugural director of Deakin University's Alfred Deakin Research Institute, and as head of ADRI he's also linked to the Alfred Deakin Prime Ministerial Library. It's one of just a few of its type here in Australia.
Becoming inaugural director of the Alfred Deakin Research Institute has a story behind it. The idea of something like an iconic research institute which encompasses much of the best research in humanities and social sciences at Deakin had kicked around for some time. The Vice-Chancellor, Sally Walker, was very keen on it, as were certain deans. For a while, though, it stayed in bottom drawers. The year 2006 was the year that provided the opportunity, because this was Alfred Deakin's 150th birthday. And so the Vice-Chancellor, Sally Walker, and I got together and dusted off some old ideas about how the Institute might look and put the proposal to the federal government that they actually help us renovate a section of the Denny's Lascelles building in order to bring this idea to life. Fortunately, it all went well, and we were granted $4 million towards the development of the building. So that's the story behind it, and of course that's the year 2006. Of course the renovation took a little while. We're delighted to be in it, and so the Institute was born formally in the year 2009. The aims of ADRI, as the acronym we use is known, basically bounce off a couple of big needs, we think, in Australian politics and public culture. In recent years, both in Europe, there's been a British report, a European Union report, and closer to home, an Australian report, in the last 3 or 4 years, all of which suggest that the humanities and social sciences aren't punching their weight when it comes to their impact on public policy. There might be some great scholarly work being done, but the way in which that work might find its way into policy is not fully realised. So with that in mind, ADRI aims to put together teams of researchers, often from across different disciplines, in ways that address questions of current public policy and public debate. Is it, for example, time to think about ways in which you can change people's attitudes in relation to the use of water? Do you need to bring the social sciences to bear in questions like that rather than just the engineering and physical sciences? So can you put a team together on questions like that? In fact, we do have one such team. So that's the general aim that lies behind ADRI, putting together big, impressive research teams founded in the humanities and social sciences, but reaching across to other disciplines where necessary in order to address pressing problems, the big issues of the day, if you like. The team it's got a small nucleus, but with interesting tentacles, if you like, working into faculties. In particular, at the moment, the Arts and Education faculty, but also other ones as well. So our core staff consists of me, and my training is as a modern historian who straddles international relations and politics. We have my colleague, Associate Professor Tina Murphy, whose background is in a mixture of psychology and criminology. Her expertise is best described as working on procedural justice. What are the kind of procedures you need in order to extract maximum compliance from people in ways that help policy work out in the best possible way, whether that's asking people to pay their taxes according to their sense of justice involved in what's happening, or whether it's in accordance with particular laws in the police force. So Tina's working on several big projects along the lines of what I've just said. We have a very interesting postdoctoral fellow, John Ritchie, whose expertise is in Papua New Guinea and Australia's relations therewith. And John's working on the biography of Sir Ebia Olawale, who's one of those founding fathers, if you like, one of those who was most involved in the lead up to and the aftermath of independence in PNG. And John's actually fully funded by an external source. This is the Papua New Guinea Sustainable Development Group. It's terrific to have John's expertise on board. In fact, we're building up quite an expertise on Australia's relations with changing Melanesia. Other member of core staff is Mark McGillivray, who was, until very recently, the chief economist of AusAid. And Mark's expertise also can be brought to bear in the South Pacific region. But more generally, Mark, as a trained economist, is an expert in how you can measure some of what we might call progress towards well-being in underdeveloped countries. Mark's a great designer of indices and trying to assist us in measuring, as I say, progress towards Millennium Development Goals, addressing poverty, addressing gender equality, and so on and so on. So that's the nucleus of the team, and as I mentioned, we're very keen on ties with members of staff in particular faculties, especially the Faculty of Arts and Education, but also environmental sciences we're working with, the School of Business and Law and others. And that's the exciting thing about how we're expanding. The atrium's a wonderful part of the building and also part of how the Institute projects itself. We've held several public events here, most recently a book launch, but debates. We've held other functions, both internal to the university and external. One of the things I really look forward to as the Institute continues to expand its influence and its presence is using it even more. Everyone who comes here, without exception, says how much they enjoy attending functions in the atrium space. It's framed by wonderful imagery of Alfred Deakin, the life of the great man, and relics, memorabilia donated by members of the family. But it also, I think, epitomises Deakin as a university, Deakin's commitment to engaging with its local community as well.